Hello, Leo. Welcome to the Black Hearted Oracle. Now, what you see before you is part 2 of your 4-part video series. And this is called Soul Guidance. Before we get started, I'd like to pay homage and reverence to Mother Sustainer, Father Creator, and of course, my beautiful ancestors. Okay, let's get started. The first set of messages he received was Soul Cage. And it says, rescue, escape from captivity and restriction. The next one that you have was Coral Wisdom. It says, colony, delicacy, fragile, works that are created over great periods of time. The next set of messages comes from the animal medicine deck. And first one is 19, Buffalo. And it says, humble yourself, remember the Creator. Deep connection with the earth, prayer, and abundance. It says walk a sacred path, gratitude for all of creation, and an independent spirit. The next one is 46, Raccoon, and it says wear a mask as needed, eat more fruits and vegetables, put to sleep what does not work, transform yourself, dexterity, disguise, use life behind the mask. And lastly, from the animal medicine deck, you have the wild boar, and it's number 48. And it's guided through trials and tribulations, a new life, fertility, most of the domain organized, prosperity and spiritual growth, self-reliance, protection, resilience, clean, mysteries of nature. Now the next messages come from the Earth Magic, and the first one is karma. The DNA. And it says karma is a Sanskrit word implying universal laws of cause and effect, which we experience throughout our lives. The mistaken notion about karma is that it is some kind of punishment. It also means how our behaviors and our action in this lifetime create consequences. We not only carry our soul's karma into this lifetime, but also embedded in this complex coding of our DNA is our genetic ancestral karma. Aspects of your soul enter your primitive physical self long before you had begun to take form. While the DNA that you inherit from your biological parents has a physical component, it also has a soul pattern that come together in creation of you. You are predisposed to follow the karmic dictates of this patterning to some extent. Yet as you evolve in your consciousness, you expand the light of awareness. You can make choices that shift and modify this ancestral design. This is one of those times. You can feel the tug of your soul that is both ancient and karmic. Yet you also recognize the persistence and loving communication from your higher self that contradicts the more familiar solutions before you. The choice is up to you. But know that every time you heed the guidance of your higher self, no matter what etheric or physical form it takes, human consciousness is elevated. In a sense, it becomes a choice between destiny and fate. You can break the chains of ancestral curses and karma. The next one you have is activation, and it's wind. It says wind moves the air to circulate the atmosphere and keep it from becoming stagnant. When there is no movement, the atmosphere feels somewhat heavier. The lethargy you feel is a result of lack of activation. In other words, something that stirs your senses. This could be anything from walking outdoors, feeling the breeze on your body, or inhaling the different aromas that nature herself provides. Or it could be finding the pleasure in the warm bath that helps you release the tensions and stress from your mind and body. Music may activate the hearing, which sparks the pleasure sensors in your brain. Art may activate your emotional response. The touch of another human may activate a deep need to be physically held in some manner once again. Now is a time for action. Engage in some activity and be fully present so that you forget about your surroundings and enter in that timeless and multidimensional experience of union with the focus of your creative attention. Let your physical body be active. Movement alone, whether quietly dancing by yourself or hiking up that hill over yonder, will require you to be present as possible in your body. Enjoy. Now the next messages comes from the Sacred Vision deck, and the first one that you have is Harmony. It says music, the creation. Sound such as the Big Bang is simply the movement of air, equivalent to breathing, an act of giving life. Creation, a handmade flute, a rattle with crystals, and a sacred pipe and drum. Nature's voice expressed through human instruments. Music rings the bells in your heart. It opens you to movement and joy. You are in transformation through creativity. Find the secret of meditation and the inner harmony by being in an alert stillness. The next one that you have is number 18, and it is Joy, the Great White Hope. It says, the mind that sees a thou is more understanding and compassionate than the mind that sees an it. We are all a part of the whole, and as such, we are deserving of mutual respect. The buffalo is the Creator's gift, and the mystical white buffalo, the covenant. The great white hope is a bringer of joy remembered. As you hold a white buffalo calf sleeping trustfully in your arms, you overflow with gratitude. You understand the compassion of prayer, and you understand that your evolution must not be confined to your own learning. For we each have our own song to share. The tiny butterfly of transformation is upon you, but the luminous halo of faith protects you, and you know that death, transition, is your ally and your final teacher. Prayer for the betterment of wrongs that you see all around you, and embrace that which symbolized the holy paradise on this earth. Painted white, your face symbolized the trust you have in the goddess of all that in the goodness of all that lives. Walk in beauty all the days of your life. The next messages comes from the Abundance Angels deck, and it's Let Go of Guilt. It says, when you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn to grow from your past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. The next message is Organize for Success, and it says, do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it is simply a way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. Organizing your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan for your next action steps. The next message comes from the Blue Angel deck, and it's 10 of Fire. And it says, too much work. Accept help from others. Life is out of balance. Stress-related health concerns. The first message is number 7 from the Black Hoarded Oracle, and it's Don't Bury Your Talents. And it says, there is a spiritual book beloved by many around the world. Within that book lays a proverb of a master who gave his servants different amounts of talents. All except one multiplied the talents given, thus granting themselves favor and abundance. But the one who did not had only received one talent, and thus became fearful and buried it upon the master's return. He was rebuked for his lack of faith. Ask yourself, what talents has the Master Creator granted you that you have chosen to hide away? Therefore, delaying your abundance and your favor. In turn, being rebuked by your higher self while you beg and crawl on your belly for the crumbs. Go and dig up your talent. Remember and refine who you are. The Master Creator and your higher self are only rebuking the false representation that you have chosen to cloak yourself in. Discard the robe of self-doubt. Embrace your path. Everything you need has been granted you from your conception. You are born great. So prove your faith by works and manifest the life you deserve. The next one that you received was 16, and it is, are you patiently letting your life slip by? And it says, many of us have placed our lives on hold, telling ourselves that if this thing or that thing could, would, should happen, then we are really going to start living the life we have always wanted to. Unfortunately, many of us are met with the grave before any of the shoulda, couldas, and wouldas come to be, because that train of thought is highly flawed and backwards. Our lives are short and full, and to fully make the best of it and get the best out of it, we must live our best lives now. Today, right in the place our life finds us in. Our time is the most precious thing we have aside from our health. Don't squander it, because I guarantee that the regret at the end of days will be the most heartfelt in our lives if we choose to let our life just slip by. So Leo, it seems like you're coming into a time of great healing that has taken you a while to get here. Because you have a lot of ancestral karma that is being dealt with right now. And while you're going through this healing process, this soul rescue, the soul retrieval from restrictions, you're going to have to activate yourself. Sing, dance, draw, do whatever talents that you have, pick them back up, because if you don't, you're going to continue to be overburdened. Because right now you're in a time of trials and tribulations due to this karma that has been activated, because we are in a time of karma right now. And it seems like your soul is asking you to deal with this ancestral karma in order to break the chains and raise up your higher self. But first you got to humble yourself and walk a sacred path. And while you're making these changes, maybe you have to use a life behind the mask. And organize for success. And while you're going through this, you have to make serious changes. So sometimes friends fall away, sometimes family members fall away within this time, but you have to let go of the guilt of this, because you have to stand true to who you are. The burdens are way too heavy to carry. And it's time now for your soul to be rescued, because whatever you've been going through with this karma, or you're about to go through with this karma, it's going to teach you great wisdom. You gotta check the time, that seemed quite long. Okay. The next one that you have was Eclipse Mermaid, and you got that with Temperance, the Devil, the Page of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Magician. Okay. It says, this energy shift you are about to experience needs preparation. No effort, no force, but it helps to be ready. Watch addictions and gossip. Who we spend time with and how they influence us and how they influence you. This is a magnificent time to start a new health regime, particularly if you are wishing to reduce addictions that are unhealthful. There is no real avoiding life. And the planets and galaxies' energy shifts. You can work with these amazing powers. The worst choice is to fight the energy and refuse to try something new. What will you choose as your own personal eclipse approaches? A deeply emotional, energetic shift akin to that of a powerful eclipse is taking place in your life. There could be revelations, scandals, and truths being told. You may feel the urge to change. What you, what you thought you wanted to do with your life. If you are on a path or your own soul path, everything that takes place will be good and right, even if it's disruptive. If you have not placed your feet on your path, the time may feel more disruptive, tumultuous, and surprising. Any change at this time will bring you closer to who you truly are. Resistance is futile. So exactly, because when I was clarifying this, I received the Temperance card. And the Temperance card is about balance. You know, it's about balancing your emotional with your mental energies. It's about balancing the physical with the spiritual. It's about you just having balance. Is that you being more grounded. And it seems like we're going to be coming up on an eclipse. I do believe it is the 25th or the 26th of this month. I believe. I'm not positive. But so it's very auspicious. I mean, it's very intriguing. That should be the better word for me. Sorry. It's very intriguing that you should get this card because we are coming up on an eclipse. So maybe at Christmas there's going to come to a time that's going to need you to balance, because this person is juggling. You know, and what they're juggling is the devil energies. This is the things that feel good, smell good, taste good, but destroys us in the end. Right? And they're apologizing to this devil energy, or having this devil energy. Or they're wanting to be the magician about this heartbreak, to get over it. But remember that you have everything that you need right now to do this. But you're going to have to do this through temperance. So while you're going through this and your DNA, your ancestral DNA is being activated so that you can work through it, then it's so necessary, because that's the only way that your soul is going to be rescued from the captivity that it's in due to this heartbreak and these devil energies. So just remember to find your balance. The next one you have is strangely lonely, holding on way too tight. And that's the Eight of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Nine of Cups. And it says, this sweet and defiant being holds fast to her Celtic cross, clutching her belief system, because without it, she is not sure who she truly is. Perhaps it was given to her by a beloved. Perhaps it represents her family, a loved one, an aspect of her soul. But the reason she holds on so tight is that she is lonely and has yet to connect with her soul family on a day-to-day basis. You may be surrounded by people, even who you call friends, but you still feel extremely lonely amid it all. You may feel like you need a barrier between yourself and the world. You are holding too tightly to something that is proving to be a barrier between you and others. You may need to open up just a little and admit that you crave like-minded people around you. This does not mean people who do the same things for a living as you. It means people who speak to your soul. But you've got some questions that truly need answers, at least an explanation. It's time to consult friends who tell us what they see, not what they think we wish to hear. And what you likely to hear is something must be let go of. One dilemma with living in a world you feel you must protect is that you fear other people's intruding on it, disturbing the delicate balance. So you hold on tighter to whatever you have, whatever you feel makes you you, your inner world, an imaginative paradise or hell depending on your tone, upon your state of mind. Please let go in just a little. Interact, engage with loving others, and therefore help you recreate the world anew. So give up your security blanket, just even for a moment. Again, right, you're going to be rocked with something, but you're going to have to remember to find your balance. Because you're holding on to something and you're feeling like it's going to move you forward because this is your wish fulfillment. But right now, you're being rocked because there's a heartache with these devil energies. And this DNA and activation, it's here for you. But what's going to happen is you're going to have to let go of guilt, because you have to find your wish fulfillment and you have to do the work in order to boldly move forward. You can't hold on to these things much longer. It has to be given up in order for you to find your true self and your happiness. Whatever those things are to you. Ghost of the past returns for a time. Okay. It says, a beautiful young woman has taken off her mask. The second she did, people from her past invaded her party. Some are teachers, some are friends, others are people she'd rather not see again. All about me are ghosts of the past. Come here perhaps so I can finally lay them to rest. I have taken off my mask. I know who I am. While they are still wearing theirs, and still very much as I left them so long ago, it seems I must make my peace with them, going over some old ground before I can move on to fresh fields. I urge to put back on my mask and mingle with them as I was, but I will not. I will be who I am now. Meet them without pretense and show them who I have become. Old friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, crushes, and places and situations come up to remind you of either how far you've come or that there's still work to be done in areas you thought were long settled. We all have life themes. We all have challenges and patterns, but to move through them quickly and to learn from them permanently. None of us is perfect. All of us need to forgive and to be forgiven. This is the cause of the indecision you are now facing. The ghosts of the past are haunting you. It's Judgment Day, and you are more powerful than you know. It's the time for hiding who you are and pretending to be normal and just like everyone else is done. Yeah, the time of these devil energies holding you down into a cage, it's over. It's over. So release the guilt of this. You know? If this caused someone pain, then all you could do is offer your apologies, but you have to be the magician and move forward. You have to boldly move forward into this new life that is calling you. Because right now, right, it's saying that you're going to have to take some time away from whatever passion this was. You know, find the passion to do the proper healing so that you don't have to wear the mask. Because remember, the raccoon spoke of it, that a life behind the mask. But this is telling you that it's time to not do this anymore. It's time for transformation, to be exactly who you are. And do the work. Do the work. Build your business. Stand firmly into the new path that you have chosen. Because through that you will find your passion. But you have to take up these passions like the hermit with his healing and move on. Then you have autumn is my last chance. Please don't lose hope. Number 6. Okay. It says, lost and lonely, this fragile little being has an apple of life and wisdom. She has hope, although it is fading fast. All buttoned up against the cold, the bleak autumn landscape offers no warmth or comfort, but she holds the source of hope and life itself. She can sustain herself until the frostbound land thaws. She can save the seeds from her feast and plant them in the warming ground, so she need never go hungry again. The rewards of this act will continue far into the future, far beyond her lifetime. She's holding the source of hope, but also afraid to bite into it. It seems she is saving it for a rainy day, or when she has no other choice. Soon she will realize that she has herself to turn to for sustenance and comfort. I keep waiting for help, for hope to come, but all about me is cold. I cannot find what I am looking for. I indeed can barely remember what it is I was searching for before I got so lost. Time to stop relying on others for that comfort, warmth, and sustenance that only true self-love can bring. Waiting for others to give you what you need will be a long and lonely, bone-chilling wait at this time. So look at what you already have, turn to it, and feast on it. Learn to love and appreciate the apple in your hands, and save the seeds of your self-love and plant them. The gift of wisdom comes self-love, comes abundance, comes knowledge that you are the person you deserve to care for and love for your own self. Committing to helping yourself, then you will be free of the need for approval, shelter, and rescue. There is only one true rescue, and it comes from the miracle of a self-life. So exactly, I mean, your reading is flowing so beautifully. There is great wisdom that you have to your access. But what you have to do, you have to activate it. Because only you can truly rescue you. And this is what this is saying, is if you're looking for this before you work on you, all it's going to do is lead to this Five of Wands energies. You have to do the work on you. Save your cup for yourself. You know, because maybe you're in a third-party situation that has left a bad taste in your mouth and has you feeling like you're hopeless. But remember, there's always love within you, and all you have to do is activate it by seeking yourself and your passions first. You just have to do the work. Now, the first is dissipating. And that came out with the Two of Wands. And then we had death. And you also received the Ace of Coins with the Temperance and the Ten of Wands. Sorry, this was with this. Okay. So again, dissipating speaks of you not following your dreams. And remember, you had one of your Black Oracle cards that said that you buried your talents. It says, allow gentle flight of your thoughts. Canary yellow supports the creativity in daydreaming. Recognizing the difference between a daydream and a well thought out plan is key, as creativity must be freed from its cage. It says, I am more than I think I am. Beware of being imprisoned by the story you tell. Do you intend to do what you say? A lack of planning does not indicate misfortune. Am I doing what I say? Taking action, content to dream, going in circles, strong intelligence, making excuses and procrastinating. Companionship, connection, and assistance. Exactly. So it's saying that the only way that you're going to get this opportunity is to regain this balance. You know, if you're just always here stuck on this hill surveying the land but not actually going down there and picking a path, there's no way that you're going to get to where you want to go. You're not going to get this Ten of Cups, you're not going to get the Two of Cups, and you're not going to land the King of Pentacles. Whether that's you being the King of Pentacles or you getting a King of Pentacles. What's going to happen is that you're going to get death and burdens over and over again because you're stuck in your head. You have to do more than speak of these dreams. These dreams don't build themselves. If you have a dream, the Creator and Mother Sustainer and your ancestors have given you everything you need, but you have to activate it. You understand? You have to activate it. You have to know the wisdom is deep inside of you. It's deep inside of you. It's there for you. All you have to do is activate it by finding the balance that you need. The next set is prayer. with the Two of Pentacles, the Sun, exactly. Prayers without works is dead. So if you're just juggling between yourself, you don't know if you want to move on to a brighter sunny day, or you have this indecision, your indecision is going to lead to a tower effect. Remember that you also received the Eclipse fairy, so you're going to be going through some stuff. It's just, you have to prepare. Like, are you looking for the abundance, or are you going to stay where things are always not built on a good foundation and always being torn down to be rebuilt? Are you going to move away to this calmer waters where the sun is shining? It's up to you, but don't stay stuck in prayer. Creation. Three of Swords, Queen of Swords, Seven of Wands, Ace of Swords, Six of Swords. Six of Wands. Exactly. Through the process of your creation, because a lot of the cards spoke about you activating your creation and you relying on your creation. So whatever heartache and pain that you've gone through, whether it's in business, love, just your own soul yearning, it's time to cut out what no longer serves you. Stand firm on your ground to whatever you're planning on creating. Know that you walk with your sword of truth, because you cut out everything that doesn't serve you. And then you shall gain your victory. Now, Leo, I hope you found this message well. I pray that you find your higher self in the quiet places, and may Ma'at hold you in her loving grace. Ashe.